إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستغفره ونستعينه ونستهديه ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وصفيه من خلقه وخليله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. عباد الله، أوصيكم ونفسي المقصرة أولا بتقوى الله، فاتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. ثم أما بعد. All praise are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious and the most merciful. The best of his peace and blessing shall be bestowed upon his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and upon those that follow his footsteps. In the past couple of months, we have witnessed two new attacks that are targeting hijab. Hijab has always been a feature of Islam and Muslims. That's always been a cause of different types of attacks on Islam, accusing Muslim women that they're oppressed, claiming that the hijab is a sign of oppression of Muslim women, claiming that hijab is something from the past or cultural. Some people went as far as claiming that hijab is not even from the deen. There has been few significant claims and attacks, if you will. And subhanallah, it's not only from people of other faith, some of it from people that claim to be Muslims. Some people went as far as saying, as we said, it's not part of the deen, and they use their own interpretation of the Quran. And some of them are claiming that it's a cultural thing. Locally in Canada, alhamdulillah, ala kulli hal, we have two local significant attacks that we need to be aware of so we can answer. We said, why do we want to know these problems? So we can protect ourselves. So we can protect our children from al-fitna. We always say, for you adults in your workplaces, you could care less about what people say. But our children need to be equipped with knowledge and understanding. So when someone is mentioning something that could shape their religion, they're able to answer. And unfortunately, we're even hearing nowadays that even older Muslim women that are getting influenced by these claims. First claim a few months ago was a reaction to a bus ad in Mississauga. So on the public buses in Mississauga, there was an ad that showed a Muslim woman in hijab. And the ad aimed to raising awareness about Islam as a religion of peace, as part of society. We're part of this beautiful society. As a reaction to that ad, there was a lady, a Mississauga lady, sent a letter to the mayor of Mississauga. Now that lady was Arab, but she subscribed to a different religion. She's not Muslim. She sent a letter to the mayor of Mississauga saying, I'm offended by this ad. This ad reminds me of the oppression. The country that I came from, which is Egypt, they oppressed us. And by the way, this hijab is oppressive. And by the way, it's not even from Islam. It's not from Islam. It's a made-up thing by extremists enforcing it on Muslim women. And I want to stand up for Muslim women and tell you, hijab is not from Islam. A couple of weeks ago, another lady just took oath to become a Canadian citizen. Right after becoming a Canadian citizen, she tweets the following: as a Canadian who was born in Saudi Arabia under laws of Sharia, where human rights are non-existent. Her first statement is Sharia does not have human rights. Sharia is oppressive. She goes on saying, she talks about her experience in Saudis, and she goes on saying, it is for this reason that on the first day as a Canadian, I have raised the issue of banning the burqa and the niqab in Ontario. So two claims she made in her statement, that Sharia does not have human rights. So Sharia is oppressive. Now I want to say something very important about Sharia. Sharia is a word that some people right now are afraid of even uttering. Well, we need to know we're not ashamed of this word. Sharia means the set of rules and regulations in the Quran and Sunnah. Sharia is our code of ethics. Sharia is basically the law. That's what Sharia means. Whatever do's and don'ts we have in the Quran and the Sunnah, don't eat pork, don't drink alcohol, do this, do that's Sharia. What's Sharia? So, if someone is coming and saying Sharia is oppressive, they're attacking Islam. Whether they know it or not. If they don't know it, they're ignorant. They should not be speaking. But if they know it, they're deliberately attacking Islam, and she claims to be a Muslim. And then she's asking the Premier of Ontario to ban the niqab and the burqa. Now she herself does not wear hijab, and she's not attacking hijab, she's attacking niqab. However, we all know very well that niqab is the first step. In principle, the attack is on the dress code. Whether the niqab, there are different opinions on the niqab, but we know that the hijab is a fard. These guys are saying, the first claim, the first attack, hijab is not fard. You're hearing different claims now on talk shows and people that claim to even be scholars talking about this, that this is something from the past, that al-illah for hijab was to be protected. Now women are protected, they don't need hijab. Well, who knows better? Is it them or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in different places in the Holy Quran, different verses, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ وَيُعَلِّمُكُمُ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَلِيمٌ. Allah will teach you. وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. Whatever He gave us from instructions and orders is because He knows. So the idea of hijab being a fard or not, who knows better? Our ulama know better. We don't want somebody outsider or an ignorant person to tell us if it's a fard or not. We know 100%, undisputable, it's not up for discussion. It's a fard. And there are many proofs in the Quran and Sunnah about it. But you ask yourself a question, why hijab? Why is hijab under attack? What is it about hijab that's bothering others? If a woman decides to cover up herself, on the other hand, there are women that decide to let down. It's their choice. But I want to tell you something. Hijab is becoming a significant mark. If you go back in history, and you think of a battlefield where you have two armies fighting each other, historically on horses and using swords and what have you. We see this in movies all the time. And you see that both armies are carrying flags. And these flags, they stay up, held up for a reason. As long as the flag is raised, the army is not defeated yet. The defeat is only confirmed when the flag drops. That's how it used to be in history, in historical battles. Well, the way I look at it now is the hijab is the flag of Islam. Is the flag of Islam. And there are some people that want that flag to drop. There are some people out there that want to make sure that we're disconnected from Islam. But we tell our sisters that are holding the flag to hold tight, because we will support them. And look at what a great role our sisters are playing in defending Islam and presenting Islam. Wallahi, it's a great responsibility and an honor for our sisters that wear hijab, because they're carrying this flag despite of all the challenges. And we need to applaud them and thank them and support them and stand beside them, because this is, again, our mark that we're still alive, we're still holding on to our deen, and we will not let go. Hijab, my dear brothers and sisters, as I said, with absolute certainty, is a fard. But what is hijab? They will come and tell you hijab. The word hijab is not mentioned in the Quran to refer to the head cover. Yes, indeed, it's not. There are different words in the Quran that refers to the dress code, if you will. And the most significant one is in Surah An-Nur. And we need to know that hijab is a system. Is a system. It's not just the head cover. That involves both men and women. Men also has a responsibility to establish the system of hijab. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah An-Nur, in verse 30, He started by saying, قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَن يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ وَيَحْفَظُوا فُرُوجَهُمْ ذَلِكَ أَزْكَى لَهُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ خَبِيرٌ بِمَا يَصْنَعُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, addressing whom? Al-Mu'mineen. So if you're a mu'min, listen up. If you don't want to believe, it's your choice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, speaking of human rights in Sharia or in Islam, what's human rights? Human rights is your right to choose. As simple as that. It's your right to choose. If you have a right to choose, that's it. What did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say about that? Even in His own deen, He said, فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. If Allah is giving you a choice in Islam to believe or not. Umar radiallahu anhu wa ardah said, مَتَ اسْتَعْبَدْتُمُ النَّاسَ وَقَدْ وَلَدَتْهُمْ أُمَّهَاتُهُمْ أَحْرَارًا. This is Sharia. It's saying you have the right to choose. In the Quran, in the Sunnah, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us many, many times. So definitely human rights is part of Islam. A lot of people, وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ, unfortunately, a lot of people don't know. So, if you're a mu'min, you choose to be a mu'min, listen up. قُلْ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ أَن يَغُضُّوا مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِمْ. غض البصر, it's not just lowering your gaze and keeping your eyes on the floor while walking. It's dangerous. You could trip and fall and hurt yourself. غض البصر, غض means صرف. Means, if you see something that will spark or ignite something in your heart, move away from it, move your face away. غض البصر means don't go around deliberately looking for haram things. Don't go out seeking it. Turn your face away. غض البصر. أن يحفظوا فروجهم. Do not engage. Do not seek any intimate relationships outside of marriage, and do not engage in it. Do not chase it, and if it happened that you are in a condition, do not engage. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling you, this area is a fitna. Stay away from it. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us in the hadith sahih, إن الدنيا حلوة خضرة والله مستخلفكم فيها فينظر كيف تعملون. Life is beautiful. There's a lot of desires in life. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala مستخلفكم, meaning you are responsible for your life. Tell me there's no human rights there. You're responsible, as Rasulullah said. You're responsible to make your decisions. But be aware that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala فَيَنْظُرُ كَيْفَ تَعْمَلُونَ. He will be watching your actions. And He will be questioning you. So with the choice, there is accountability. You're responsible for your life. With the responsibility, there is accountability. He will be asking you. But then He said, alayhi salatu wasalam, فَاتَّقُوا الدُّنْيَا وَاتَّقُوا النِّسَاءِ. Be aware of dunya. Be aware of the pleasures of dunya. Do not overindulge in the pleasures of dunya. Not تتقوا الدنيا, leave the dunya away and become a monk. This is not what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because how are we going to develop dunya if we leave dunya and we sit on top of the mountains like monks? تتقوا الدنيا, be aware of the pleasures of dunya. They're for you to enjoy, but don't let it own you. So you remain a free person. Because if you get owned by the pleasures, you become a slave. And Islam is all about free people, free thinking. So be aware of the pleasures of dunya. وَاتَّقُوا النِّسَاءِ. وَاتَّقُوا النِّسَاءِ. Be aware of women. Don't deal with them. Don't talk to them. Lock them up in rooms. Lock them up in cages. No. Fortunately, some people said this is what this hadith means. No. اتقوا النساء أدبا. See about the adab in Islam. When you say اتقوا النساء, be aware of that intimate relationship between men and women, and it's a message for both men and women. Be aware of that intimate relationship. There is a place and there is a way for you to get it, which is marriage, only marriage. Don't go chasing it. غض البصر and protect yourself. So that these two fitan, two pleasures that could ruin your life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows. These two pleasures, they could act as a drive in life, but if you overindulge in them, they could ruin your life. So be aware of it. So how do we deal with this fitnat, ittaqun nisa? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us the system of hijab. Isn't the system of hijab is for us to be able to deal with this fitna, with this strong power embedded in that intimate relationship by the system of hijab. Starts with the man. Do not chase it. Do not engage in it. And there's a dress code for men as well, right? There's a dress code for men in Islam. Sitr al-awra. There are parts of your body that you can't show as a man. But then there are parts of body you show because you need, there's reasons for that. You're working in the mud, you're doing this, you're doing that. But there are parts of your body that needs to be covered as well for men. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala moves on to women. So the first order came to men in the system of hijab, not to women. The second part is, it goes to women. Where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَقُلِ الْمُؤْمِنَاتِ أَن يَغْضُضْنَ مِنْ أَبْصَارِهِنَّ وَيَحْفَظْنَ فُرُوجَهُنَّ. Exact same order, equality. غض البصر. You women as well, do not go chasing it. Same thing. Do not engage in a haram relationship. Same thing. Men, women, same thing. But then there is a difference that lies or exists with women when it comes to the system of hijab. And this difference is وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا وَلَا يُبْدِينَ زِينَتَهُنَّ إِلَّا مَا ظَهَرَ مِنْهَا. Cover your zina, your beauty. Very important point here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He talked about men, He didn't talk about beauty. When He talked about women, He talked about zina, beauty. Because the way it is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us this way, and beauty is an important element to spark to ignite the spark of that intimate relationship. And if it wasn't there, people will get away literally from marriage and from relationships because of the responsibilities, because of the raising a family is not easy, we know that. How Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will encourage people to continue marriage and move on with marriage. There are some pleasures that are added. Otherwise, people can make a decision that we don't want marriage. And it's happening, right? It's happening. In a lot of societies, people are deciding to move away from marriage, move away from the responsibilities, and maintain the pleasure outside of marriage. What does this do to society? It will destroy society. Because people will be seeking pleasures and pushing away responsibilities. But in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to remain responsible. You want to take a pleasure? Remain responsible in your marriage. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, there's an element of beauty with women. And then He said, do not show your beauty. Hide your beauty. Why doesn't this exist with men? I don't know, men are created ugly. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted it this way. We're not the part of beauty. Allah didn't give us that beauty. He gave it to women. And Allah said zina. He didn't say jamal. Because beauty again is not in the eye of the beholder. There are different ways of showing that beauty. Beauty is not defined by one thing. It's not defined by skin color, or height, or weight, or diameter. There are different ways of looking at beauty. But beauty resides with women. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created them this way. You look at animals, for example, you'll find that males have signs of zina more than. You look at peacocks, who's got the zina, the colors, and the feathers? Is it the male or the female? It's the male. But the zina in a human being is residing with women. This becomes the main responsibility now. You both do not chase haram, do not engage in haram. Women, you got a bigger responsibility. Cover your beauty. What's considered beauty? Is hair considered beauty and zina? I don't think anybody will dispute that hair is zina. Showing skin is zina. Dressing up is zina. Makeup is zina. So you should be covering the zina, not showing the zina. Where we see a lot of women, unfortunately, they cover their head and then they show the zina in tight clothes. That's not hijab. That's not hijab. Anything that shows the beauty negates the hijab. Hijab is you cover the whole beauty. You don't send any signals. Again, we're saying men do have responsibilities, because some people will say, why only us? We all part of the system of hijab, and we all have a responsibility. So anything that sends signal of beauty, your responsibility to be covered. Both men and women work together to establish a system of hijab. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لكم فاستغفروه فيا فوز المستغفرين. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Some of the claims out there for the people that don't understand the system of hijab in Islam, saying that this hijab thing is not even from Islam. It came from Christianity and Judaism. Well, let me tell you what's in Christianity and Judaism. In Peter chapter 3 verses 3 and 4, it says, your beauty should not come from outward adornment, zina. Your beauty should not come from your zina, outward adornments, such as elaborated hairstyles and the wearing of gold jewelry or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. Exact same message in the Holy Quran. Timothy 2, verse 9. I also want the woman to dress modestly, with decency and propriety, adorning themselves not with elaborated hairstyles or gold or pearls or expensive clothes. Did the Quran copy this from the New Testament or the Old Testament? They came from the same source. It's the same message. It's the Abrahamic religion message. In the Quran, in the Torah, in the Injil, cover your beauty. It's a private property. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described in the ayat, it's only between you and your husband. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us consistent message through thousands of years. Judaism, Christianity, Islam. Why? So this power of intimate relationship will not be used against you to control you, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, وَاللَّهُ يُرِيدُ أَن يَتُوبَ عَلَيْكُمْ وَيُرِيدُ الَّذِينَ يَتَّبِعُونَ الشَّهَوَاتِ أَن تَمِيلُوا مَيْلًا عَظِيمًا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أن يخفف عنكم وخلق الإنسان ضعيفا. People will say, why do you guys always talk about this? This is sexual and this isn't. Why are you guys talking about this? Well, look around you. Wake up and smell the coffee. Everything around us, we live in a hypersexualized society. Look at the ads, look at the movies, look at the advertisements, look, even when they want to sell products, they tell you S sells. It's known in marketing. Everything is about this intimate relationship. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is warning us, we need to be careful and protect ourselves from it. And He's telling us, يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ أَن يَتُوبَ عَلَيْكُمْ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to give you forgiveness and pure life. وَيُرِيدُ الَّذِينَ يَتَّبِعُونَ الشَّهَوَاتِ أَن تَمِيلُوا مَيْلًا عَظِيمًا. There are people that want to commercialize and utilize and take advantage of this intimate relationship. Is that true or not? I don't think anybody can deny this. Billions of dollars are spent on intimate relationships outside of marriage. Billions of dollars. It's a whole industry. Trafficking women, abusing women, using women. Billions of dollars. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to protect us from this. He wants the best for us, the pure life for us. He doesn't want us to be abused, to be used. He wants women to have an elevated status, to be dealt with as a human being, not as an object. So when, subhanAllah, you'll be surprised to see women, they're deliberately working so hard to show their beauty. Why? I feel sorry. Covering the beauty, maintaining that pure society is what helps us work with one another. This is how you eliminate you establish gender equality, is when men and women working as partners in building society and not having any thoughts in mind. And they're both required to build this society. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us understand His deen and to help us apply it. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enlighten our hearts and enlighten our mind. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us and protect our deen. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect our children. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us and shower us with His mercy. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to alleviate the suffering of our brothers and sisters across the globe. صلى الله العظيم رب العرش العظيم أن يحفظنا من بين أيدينا ومن خلفنا وعن يميننا وشمائلنا من فوقنا ونعوذ بعظمتك اللهم أن نغتال من تحتنا اللهم ارحمنا واغفر لنا إنك على كل شيء قدير وأنت يا أخي أقم الصلاة.